And welcome back. And as we're about to begin Double Jeopardy. 400 to 2,000, 2 daily doubles. Material's a little tougher, so if you're ready, let's begin Double Jeopardy. Light up the board, please. Now we've got 36,000 total points available, plus those 2 daily doubles. Here are the categories. Education. Cash explosion, it's about U.S. paper currency. Required reading, we're dealing with books on the 2012 list of the 1,001 books you must read before you die. Secretaries of Defense, name the constitutional amendment. I'll give a description of an amendment to the Constitution. You have to name the amendment. And finally, we want you to be a good sport. Each correct response begins with B. Third goes first. Kathy, let's play.
Be a good sport for 400.
The winner of this major golf tournament receives the silver claret jug. Ryan.
What is the British Open?
Correct.
Be a good sport, 2,000.
One of James Naismith's original 13 rules of this sport was 3 fouls in succession by one team scored a goal for the other team. Richard.
What is basketball?
Correct. You're in the driver's seat with that correct response.
Be a good sport, 1,600.
The answer is last name of NFL brothers Tiki and Rondé. Sounds like someone who might cut your hair. Kathy?
Who is Barber?
Correct.
Be a good sport for 800.
The answer is, it's the procedure that starts a rack in billiards. Richard or Kathy?
What is break?
Correct.
Be a good sport, let's finish it up.
They're Boston's NHL team. Ryan?
For the Bruins.
Correct.
Cash explosion, 2 grand.
The answer is the most popular banknote. It is commonly referred to as a C note. Richard?
What is a $1,000 bill?
No. Kathy?
What is a 50?
No. That too is no good. Ryan doesn't want to ring in?
100.
That's what it is.
Yeah, too late, Kathy. The $100 bill. Your board, Ryan.
Cash explosion, 16.
The answer is less than 1% of all U.S. paper currency being currently produced are these bills depicting Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. Kathy?
There is a 20.
No. Brian?
What is a $10 bill?
No. Richard?
What is a $1 bill?
No. What is a $2 bill? No foul. All 3 of you lost the same 1,600. And we come back to Ryan for the next selection.
Cash, no. Education, education, 2 grand.
The answer is, he was chairman of the National Endowment for the Humanities before becoming Secretary of Education in 1985. That was William Bennett. Try it again, Ryan.
Name Constitutional Amendment 2000.
The answer is the daily. Points ahead of Richard, 3,200 to 500. What say you?
100.
All right, for 3,300 if you're right. Name the constitutional amendments to category. Here's your daily double. Protection from cruel and unusual punishment.
What is the 7th Amendment?
No, what is the 8th Amendment? All right, didn't cost you much. Still your board.
Required reading, 2 grand.
The answer is 20 degrees north latitude anywhere in the world is the perfect place to read this novel by Henry Miller. Kathy?
What is the Grand Meridian?
No. Ryan?
What is the Tropic of Capricorn?
No. Richard? It's the other one, Tropic of Cancer. Try it again, Ryan.
Secretaries of Defense, 2 grand.
The answer is the other
100.
All right, here is your daily double for Secretaries of Defense. This general was Secretary of State from 1947 to 1949 and Secretary of Defense from 1950 to 1951.
General Patton. I don't know.
No, George C. Marshall. Still your board, Ryan. No more daily doubles.
Education for 1600.
The answer is, in 1909, 2 years after introducing her teaching method in Rome, she wrote a book about it. Kathy,
Who is Montessori?
Maria Montessori, correct. Now get out of that minus.
Okay, education for 1200.
The answer is, the brother of President Eisenhower, he served as president of Kansas State, Penn State, and Johns Hopkins. Who is Milton Eisenhower? Try it again, Kathy. Get out of that minus.
How about cash explosion for 1200?
The answer is, in 2005, Congress proposed to put a picture of Ronald Reagan on this paper note commonly called a grant. Didn't work. Ryan.
Was it $50 bill?
Correct.
Education for 400.
Education 400?
Correct.
The answer is, WRAS-FM in this largest Georgia city is the USA's most powerful student-run college radio station. Ryan.
What is it, Atlanta?
Correct.
Finish out education.
In 1925, he was fined $100 for teaching evolution in Dayton, Tennessee, but the conviction was reversed. Kathy.
Who was Stokes?
John T. Stokes, correct. I share a birthday with him.
Wow.
Get out of that minus. Go somewhere else.
Cash explosion for A.
All right. This is a video. Take a look. The reverse of the $10,000 bill seen here depicts the embarkation of these people in Plymouth County.
The Pilgrim.
Gotta ring in. Kathy.
Who are the Pilgrims?
Correct. Back.
400 cash explosion.
The answer is, sometimes called a fin with roots in German and Yiddish lands, its average life in circulation is 3.8 years. Nobody? Where's the $5 bill? Go somewhere else, Kathy.
Okay, Secretaries of Defense for 4.
The answer is, nicknamed Cap the Knife. He was Reagan's first Secretary of Defense. Kathy?
Who is Casper Weinberger?
Correct.
800 of D.
This former secretary and his wife wrote a book about 8 speakers of the House and their impact on U.S. history. That was Dick Cheney. Try it again, Kathy.
Secretaries of Defense for 12.
Answer. As Secretary of Defense, he made visits to South Vietnam in 1962, 1964, and 1966. Kathy?
Who is McNamara?
Robert McNamara, correct. Closing the gap.
Okay, let's finish that category.
This president's Secretaries of Defense were James Schlesinger, followed by Donald Rumsfeld. Kathy?
Who is,
Hurry.
don't.
Oh, you took too long.
Bless.
Ryan or Richard? Gerald Ford. Go somewhere else, Kathy.
Required rating for 16.
The answer is, here's an offer you can't refuse. 1,600 points if you can identify the author of The Godfather. Kathy.
Mario Puzo.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't phrase it properly.
Who is Mario
Too
Puzo?
late. Right, Richard, right.
Oh.
Correct. You didn't phrase it
And I
properly.
still want my
That's-
1,000 for broad.
That's why I ruled against you. You're bored, Ryan.
Jeez.
Name Constitutional Amendment 16.
The answer is procedure for vacancies in the presidency and vice presidency.
I'm just not.
That's the 25th Amendment. No coaching, please. You're bored, Ryan.
Name the Constitutional Amendment for 12.
Forbids pay raises by Congress. That's the recent one, the 27th. Try it again, Ryan.
Name Constitution 800.
The answer is women granted the right to vote. That's the 19th Amendment. Ryan?
Close up the category.
Freedom of religion, speech, the press et al. What is the First Amendment? 3 clues left, Ryan. Which one?
Required reading for 12.
Read this James Baldwin novel, Over the Hills and Everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain. Ryan?
800.
This author of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest also wrote the novel, Sometimes a Great Notion. Who is Ken Kesey? And now the last clue for 400. November 2nd should be the day to read this C's No Newt Boom book. What is All Souls Day? And at the end of Double Jeopardy, Ryan, most impressive, 4,200. Rick, 500. And Kathy, I hate to tell you this, but you have a negative score. You will not be around for Final Jeopardy. We thank you for playing. All right, Richard and Ryan, even though it's meaningless, you will battle in Final Jeopardy for the right to go to the finals. You will decide in secret how many of your points you wish to wager on yourself in final. So, please consider your wagers, because the Final Jeopardy category that will decide our winner of Game 1 is Word Origins. And we will have a clue